On this date, July 8th, 2021, my life flashed before my eyes. Exactly 2 years ago today, my life changed for the good, the better, and for the worse. The good, well, I lost my Hellcat, totally. But we upgraded to a Dodge Demon. Now for the bad, at that time, little did I know that I would have life-changing effects forever, and I would just have to live with those consequences. My case has finally been settled, and we can talk about it. Let's get into the Demon. For the past 2 years of my life, I have been dealing with real life situations behind the camera and off the scenes of YouTube. Now, I know a lot of you guys seen my YouTube videos and seen the entertainment that they brought to you guys, but I still had to go through real life situations behind YouTube and without the camera. So what I mean by that was, the wreck that you guys seen on YouTube, you guys can clearly see in the video that I was traumatized from the experience. I thought I lost it all. I thought it was over. I thought a lot of things at that particular time that a lot of other YouTubers would also too, because that was my car that was producing my content, you know, bringing my audience, engaging. It was just the car that turned me up in a sense. So when I lost that car, I lost a lot of hope. So that car brought a lot of stress upon me. Replace it with something. I didn't know at the time what car to replace it with. I didn't know my future for YouTube. I didn't have a sense of direction to go. And while I was dealing with that, it's sleepless nights, I also had to go to a therapy, because when I had the wreck, the impact, as you guys can see, the whole front of the car was shattered. It was like total, obviously. So at the impact, I jerked forward like this. I was holding the steering wheel with two hands. And when I impacted my back, you know, my muscles locked up quick and everything just went in the wrong places it wasn't supposed to go. Everything was basically fighting against each other. So I went forward, backwards, my arms was locked up, my muscle was locked up, and I went through a lot of like therapy to get that relieved. So what happened on the initial impact was my neck and my back was in pain. My arms was chilling, my legs was chilling. It was just initially my neck and my back. And at this time, my lawyer told me that I should get paid for this because it's going to be a lifelong experience. That they say the injuries are never going to go away and they're only going to get worse. They say when I get older, I'm going to feel like the impact, because they said it was crazy G-force or something. I don't know all the technicals, but they say that. I really can't prove that. I don't know that. I don't believe it was that bad, but that's what they say. Now, for those of you who've never been through a wreck or anything legal, court, anything like that, it's a process. It's a tedious process. So after you have the wreck, initially the police come, you know, make sure everybody's okay, everybody can leave the scene, everybody ain't sustained life-changing passed away injuries or something like that, something crazy. So once you get past that first step, the second thing is, you know, getting everybody's information, getting everybody insurance, getting everybody to the hospital to get treated. And that was particularly me. After that video you guys seen, I was rushed to the hospital in a police car because I had, you know, blood coming from my legs and certain places, and they was just making sure that I, you know, didn't have no crazy injuries like internal bleeding or broken bones or anything of that nature. Now, at the time when you first have a wreck, your adrenaline is going so high, you don't really know if you're injured. Like that whole first night, I didn't feel nothing because my adrenaline. But the next day, my back, my neck, and that leg, I had a few bruises and stuff that I didn't notice until the next day, because your adrenaline is kicking in so high and you're like, you can't believe what's going on, that you really can't feel nothing. It's the same as any other adrenaline when people are playing basketball and hurt their legs or break their legs or break their bones. They really tell you they can't feel a lot of it at that time because of the adrenaline. So I had to go through that. I had to get treatment. It was pretty much little to no treatment. It wasn't nothing crazy. I didn't have to have surgery. Thank God, you know, everything was fine. Everything was cool and cordial, besides like my muscle spasms and, you know, bruises and stuff like that of that nature. First of all, shout out to my lawyer. He's the one who got the whole process done, you know, told me how to go through the process, and basically he's the one who pushed the process because he knew I can get paid for this, because this is a moment that I should get paid for due to my injuries, due to my loss of business, which was at the time the Charger, the car. Like I said, it caused a lot of stress on me, a lot of trauma at that time when I was barely sometimes I barely got sleep because you guys don't know, it's more than just YouTube. This is a business, and I didn't know like what route I was gonna go next with my YouTube channel, where it's gonna be to get another Hellcat, get the Demon, get a supercar. I just didn't know it was a lot of stress and trauma built up at the time. And then a lot of people get paid for stuff like this, which I was one of them. But first thing I want to tell you guys is, if you don't have insurance on your car, if you don't have healthcare on your life, make sure you guys get that, because that field is a very strict field. So like some people, when the doctors and people hear that they don't have insurance or they can't pay and stuff, they will like think about working on you. Like, should we work on them? Is it worth it? Like, this field is a money hungry field that they rather get paid than save a person's life, which is crazy. Like, it can be a person who's still here, still responsive, with no insurance or no way to pay, or it could be a person who's unresponsive, almost dead, and they'll work on them before they'll work on the person who's responsible, just because they have a better healthcare policy or they have better insurance, which is crazy. So if any of y'all watching this, I want to encourage y'all to get insurance, especially having insurance on your automobile too, because that right there is, it in itself is trouble if you don't have insurance on your automobile. Because if you wreck or if you hit somebody, not only are you responsible for, you got to pay for that person's car, but if that person, dies or have injuries and they turn around and sue you, they're not suing their insurance company, they're suing you, the person who's driving the car, because you don't have insurance. So that's like worse than school debt at that point. So, and y'all know school debt is one of the craziest debts to ever exist. But my lawyer walked me through it, told me what I would have to do. Basically was just, go to therapy and keep getting better. That's all I really had to do. While he worked on everything on the legal end. But yeah, I want to encourage you guys to get insurance, because that is gonna save you a lot. It might be high well, healthcare insurance shouldn't be high for you guys, because it's like, you're younger. But I'm saying, like, the insurance part on your vehicle, it might be high, but it's gonna save you in the long run from situations like if you hit somebody, or where you don't have to be held responsible, they can just go at your insurance, and then just you have to take all that as one person, and you can just let your insurance take all that as a company, as a millionaire company, what they're paid to do. So get insurance, get healthcare, because they will think about operating on you. It sounds crazy, but the fact that you don't have healthcare and they know like you can't get money, they can't get money off of you, they will think about working on you. Like, they will think about that, which is crazy. I know it sounds crazy, but they will legitimately think about that. So make sure you guys take care of that business. So right now, I have to go sign paperwork, get paperwork notarized. That way I can get my check and get paid. I will let you guys know all that towards the end of the video. But enough of that. Don't try this at home. Don't try this at home. This is a green screen. But I'm on the way to pick up that check, so I gotta get there expeditiously. So first thing first, when I initially had the wreck and all that type of stuff, the car was paid off in about 2 weeks. The car was paid off in about 2 weeks. It was paid off in full, which was a good thing, because otherwise I would have had to pay out of pocket, obviously, right? And I didn't want to do that because I was already buying a special car, which was the Dodge Demon. And if you guys go back to that video, you guys will see that I put down I think about $50,000 for that car. Yeah, I put down $50,000 for that particular car in California, because y'all know California taxes and all that, it was crazy. So I had to put down a substantial amount of money to get that Demon out of my own pocket before I even got, my other car paid off. So at that time I had the Demon and I had the Hellcat still on file. Well, I still have to pay the car note
until the car got paid off. I think the car note was like $852 or something like that. And I can't remember the insurance, but the car note was like, that was for sure my cheapest Hellcat, I think. No, was it? No, that wasn't my cheapest Hellcat. My cheapest Hellcat was the red Challenger. That was $852. The Charger, I think, was like I think it was like 1,100 or 1,000 or something like that. I had financed the car for $50,000, so whatever that is. I think for like 72 months. I really can't remember. It was like 2 years ago, which was a long time ago now. But the car was paid off in the first 2 weeks. But I still had to come out of pocket, to get my Dodge Demon, which was, something I didn't want to do, but I had to do it to keep my business going, as you guys know, YouTube. And I had to just keep making content because otherwise it would have I couldn't wait on the real world don't understand how YouTube works. So I couldn't just wait on them for 3, 4, 5 months to, well, in this case, 2 years to, pay for my new car, essentially, if that makes sense. They really didn't pay for it all, but whatever helps. But the amount that I had got paid after 2 years waiting was $21,800. Now, a lot of y'all probably think that all goes to me, which it does not. A lot of it don't go to me, really. Over 50% don't go to me, actually. But yeah, like I said, I had legal bills to pay, which is my lawyer. Lawyer off top is 33%. So if y'all don't know that, if you ever get in the case, the lawyer off top, majority of the time is gonna be 33%. So if you make $10,000, just know $3,300 goes to the lawyer, just because. It don't matter if you in debt after that. It don't matter nothing. Once you get a lawyer and sign out that documentation, lawyers get guaranteed cash. You know what I'm saying? They get guaranteed money on it. So 33% automatically goes towards them. My case a little different because he worked with me, I wasn't really making nothing crazy because of my bills. I think I went to the hospital, bro. I went to the hospital and they put a Band-Aid on my kneecap. I swear to God. They put a Band-Aid on my kneecap, 2 Band-Aids on my kneecaps, and probably gave me a massage. Tell me why my doctor bill was $10,000. Yes, like no cap. I went to the doctor for an hour. They asked my name, my insurance. I said my insurance was in the car because I thought they was talking about. My mind was so messed up. They said, "Where's your insurance, Mr. Woods?" I said, "It's in the car." Whole time they talking about healthcare, my life insurance. That's how that show you what my mind was at that day. Like I was just out of it. So I'm like, my insurance in the car. They like, "No, Mr. Wood, we talking about your life insurance." I said, "Oh, here go my car right here," and gave them my insurance card, right? So they look at my body, go on my interest. They say I got no broken bones. They put me through this tubing thing, and looked up my whole it was crazy, bro. So I was in there for like 5 minutes. They said everything came back good. Just give it a few months. Everything, my body should be healing by itself, right? So I'm bleeding. They put a Band-Aid on my kneecap, clear the blood up. Put some alcohol on it. Look at the bruises. Massage, make sure everything is all good. Drop me off. I got picked up. They never said nothing. They never tell you the bill at the hospital. That's one thing I noticed. They never tell you the bill at the hospital. They supposed to tell you the bill after you get the care, so that way you can get locked in, right? So I'm thinking this not gonna be a crazy hospital bill. I'm like, I didn't do nothing. I really didn't get no treatment. They just massaged me, gave me a Band-Aid. 2 weeks later, the lawyer called me and said, "Yeah, your hospital bill going to the hospital was $10,000." I said, $10,000 for what? What have I done for it to be $10,000? Like, what happened? So if I had a surgery, how much would that have been? $50,000 or something? Like, god dang. So like I told y'all earlier, make sure y'all get y'all insurance in check, bro. Like y'all healthcare, because that's gonna help y'all a big factor. Like your healthcare gonna pay majority of it. Sometimes all of it. It just depends on the situation, And yeah, that's very much needed, because if I didn't have healthcare or no insurance, nothing like that, all this would be coming out of my pocket for no reason. But yeah, like I said, the check was $21,800. I really can't show y'all. This one is $5,800, and the other one is $15,000, I think. Yeah, $15,900. So that's what that is. But like I said, once I get paid, once I pay my lawyer, once I pay my healthcare bills, then the remaining goes to me. So after 2 years, I probably made a little under $10,000. So it wasn't no substantial life-changing money that people think. Don't get it wrong, I could have pushed the agenda because I made a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? There was a business that I made a lot of money with. I could have took it to court, I could have fought, I could have did all that, but I'm not doing all that, bro. It ain't worth it. Like at the end of the day, like I ain't tripping on it. Like, this money right here is free money. At the end of the day, you gotta be grateful because, like I said, it's a free income tax check. Before I was the YouTuber, you know what I'm saying? I used to be glad to get checks like this. So like, I don't want to be, fighting and taking to court because my lawyer told me, like, he was like, you either have a probably $50,000 to $100,000 case that's in my pocket if I really went to court and fought it. But I was like, nah, I don't want to do all that, bro. I don't have time for all that. It's not that serious to me. It's not that deep. I'm still living. My career thrived off of it, It opened up a whole nother world, a whole nother opportunity for me. And I look at it like this. See, I try to see the positive in things than just, looking at the negative. Because like I said, without that day happening, even though at the time it was the worst day of my life, it turned out to be the best day. Because now I'm in position to where I'm buying supercars and demons and, just big boy cars that I was not doing before. That life-changing event. Them videos did numbers for me. The record video did $500,000, I think. The buying the demon did $500,000. So it just opened up a whole nother tunnel, a whole nother portal for me, for my career at that time. A lot of people care for me, you guys. You guys show crazy little cams, man. We hit trending, bro. So I want to thank y'all. I want to let y'all know everything is finally done. Everything's behind me. These 2 years have been a crazy 2 years of my life that I'll never forget, from net wreck to buying my demon to, just everything. Buying the cars after that, the McLarens, like everything at the house, everything after that, it was just like, just going up. So I want to thank you guys for your support. Make sure you guys have insurance. Make sure you guys are safe if you are driving reckless and crazy in these videos. Make sure you are in Mexico because your life can change dramatically in like 2 seconds, really a minute. If you hit somebody or, call or wreck, all types of stuff can happen, bro. It's real life. So I wanted to make this video to educate you guys and let you guys know, like, be safe out there, have insurance. Don't try to drive reckless. If you are, make sure it's in Mexico. Ain't nobody around to where it's just, you majority on the road. Because y'all gotta understand, everybody can't drive. You gotta drive for yourself and others at the same time. So in this particular case, it wasn't my fault, but I ain't tripping on it. I was never mad about the car. As long as he got up and walked away. Before I even started recording the video, I went to his car to make sure he was cool and he was alright. It ain't nothing but a car at the end of the day. I didn't want to be mad against him because my Hellcat, I didn't want to be selfish in the situation. At the end of the day, everything happened for a reason. As you guys can see, it was in God's plan. So without that day happening, I wouldn't have made it this far. So that's how I like to look at it. But if you guys made this far, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. Type in the comment section RIP to the Hellcat, to the Rapper Cat. That's what we're gonna call it, RIP to the Rapper Cat, bro. That car made me so many connections. It got me so many places. It got me so many views, so much everything. But that car really the reason everybody knows me. Like every YouTuber, every rapper, all that is because of that one car. That one car. Like not the Demon, not the Trackhouse, not nothing McLaren, not none of that. That white four-door Hellcat, the Rapper Cat. If the rapper showed that he did donuts and all that, it opened a whole nother portal for me and a whole nother, alley and success for my career. A boost for my career is what I'm trying to say. So, yeah, man. But we got that check. And I'm gonna go buy a new whip, bro. So, y'all know something coming soon. We out here.